to see you.
How's it going?
All right, how's it going?
Nice.
So,
It's a nice setup here, huh?
so Jessica said you wanted to have ice cream for breakfast. Did you have ice cream for breakfast?
I didn't even get to the breakfast part, honestly. We went out a little bit last night, and I just got up and haven't had breakfast yet. But had some cookies last night. had a little wine. So yeah, that's as far as my cheating went so far.
How does this feel, Dirk, the day after day one of your retirement?
Yeah, day one of the rest of my life starts. Where don't have to think basketball at all times. It's just it consumes obviously your energy, and that's the way I wanted it. I was like I said yesterday, living, breathing basketball at all times, and it's time to move on. And basketball will always be a big part of my life, but not for now. I'm gonna need a little break. I need to get away. I need to enjoy other things in life that have come short the last 20 years. And like I said, I want to travel a bunch. I want to enjoy my family, and now's the time to do so. I think the rest of this week will be a little hectic still, but I think next week everything will settle down.
What's your estimation on how the Mavericks will look going forward with Luka and KP as the two cornerstones?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it a little bit to the guys up there. I think it reminds me a little bit of when I first got here. Young talent, a couple of veterans, but young guys who can build around, that are good dudes, that like the teammates, that like to work, and want to get better. So I think we're in a good place, but nothing is given this league. The West is brutal, as we all know. But if everybody keeps working hard and improves over the summer and have a healthy KP next year, I think they should be fun to watch. Hopefully for Mavs fans for a long time, and stay together like that and stay injury free and add a few veterans here. I think we're on the right track.
Dirk, it's well known that you have a legacy. The players know it. Your teammates know it. What's the number one thing you want them to take from your legacy?
Well, I think just keep improving and never be satisfied with what you have or what you accomplish. Somebody else is always in the gym getting better, working, and just improve. Use the summer, add something to your game. Always see yourself as a student of the game, and just keep working, keep improving, because somebody else will.
21 years. Does it feel like 21 years? Did it fly by? Did it feel like every single minute? What does that feel like?
A little bit of both. If you look back now, when I first got here and I saw some of those old videos with the bowl cut, it seems forever ago, a lifetime ago. But also some of these memories are just like it was yesterday. Meeting Steve, getting my first suit. I never owned a suit, so for the press conference after the draft, I had to get a suit fitted, and it's so far away. But some of those memories feel like it was just yesterday. So it's a little bit of both, and some of this stuff will obviously stay with me for the rest of my life.
How do you feel about all the U.S. presidents shouting you out on Twitter?
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I haven't even got to everything, honestly. It's been one thing after the next, but I did check Twitter some, especially after that home night here. Once we got to San Antonio, things settled down. I was so emotional I couldn't sleep. So I did some research online, and it's been amazing how many people have reached out. Some people I didn't even think would know me. Maybe that's a little naive of me, but it's been overwhelming how many people reached out over Twitter or phone. And I'm gonna get to all that once it's settled down and really enjoy it and watch some of those videos. And once I have a little bit of time.
Speaking of memories, could you take us back to that very first game in Seattle, and how totally different it was from your last game in San Antonio?
Yeah, well, I didn't really know what to expect. Everything was new. Got to meet Detlef before the game. I was just super anxious, and everything came at me at 100 miles an hour, and get dressed. There's media in the locker room, which I've never had in Germany. So everything was just super new, and it was always like almost like a deer in headlights. And so that was probably one of my worst games I ever played. Just because everything was so new, and that was quite an experience. Another game that I'll never forget. I didn't score from the field, and I was super down afterwards. I remember watching some film afterwards with Donnie, and so that was my first game, and last game was even more memorable. What San Antonio did was unbelievable. It got me all emotional before the game, and embraced with Pop, and just a great classy organization, and I'll never forget last night either.
What
I
were your
definitely-
emotions leaving the arena and then the plane ride and then the water cannon?
Honestly, it's like I said last night, was relief. It's over. It's been obviously a long time building here. This whole last few weeks, last month, and glad it was over. And I didn't quite understand what the whole thing was with the water, but they explained to me, I guess, when pilots retire, that's what they do, and I thought that was super sweet. That was a nice touch. And emotional leaving the building. It was great that some of my family and friends came down, and seeing them, and seeing the excitement on their face, and that was great. But like I said, definitely relieved that it's over now.
Rick
Can you
Carlisle said
share-
that you were a relatable superstar, and that was one of your unique qualities. Is that something you felt like you were, that people could relate to you, even though you were this NBA superstar?
I don't know. I came as a little kid from Germany 20 years ago, and always try to be myself. Always try to have fun. Always trying to compete hard when I was on the court and off the court. Really enjoying my time, whether it was with fans, with teammates. Always try to, just have fun and be myself.
Have you thought about ownership and architect that you guys can discuss it?
Yeah, no, honestly, obviously be honored if that's something in the future, but that's something that's for me, it's far away, and I'd love to have conversations, and I said it a million times. I'd love to be a part of the Mavs for the rest of my life. In which function, we'll have to wait and see. But I think other things are first for now, and that's enjoying my family, and everything else is secondary.
I know that
Can you share your
first year.
reaction to just the city of Dallas embracing you? You had downtown lit up in blue and white, saying thank you, 41-21-1. The fans, just talk about that. Your reaction to that.
Yeah, like I said, the support and the reception has been phenomenal here, and it's you always hear a fan come up to me like, "Hey, the whole city loves you," but I don't know, that really doesn't mean anything. But when you see it actually come together, and see some of those videos, and I saw some people start to cry when they talk about me retiring, and that makes it super real. That makes it super real and tough.
I know the first year, you talked about it a little bit, how tough it was. Who helped you get through that first year?
Support, trying to stay confident even though it's hard, hard work, stay the course. And, I always say Steve and Mike were huge. Were huge in my first year. Not only supporting me on the court, but off the court, taking me out, taking me to eat, taking me to movies, so I just don't sit in the hotel room or at home and get homesick and think about how bad I'm playing or it's not working. And they just kept me busy and, kept believing in me, kept pushing me. Went to the gym every night with Nashi, played horse, played one-on-one. And ultimately, that's it. It's hard work and just work your way through tough times, and that way makes it even more worth it when the good times come.
Was there a tipping point? You said in the last couple of days, and it runs together, but that you realized that no matter how bad you were, how much you were struggling, the fans were still behind you somewhere in year one and early in year two, and you said last night, I had to try and live up to that. Why did you have to, or what was the tipping point that made you want to?
No, I felt the whole first year I was struggling, but fans, I guess, saw something in me or wanted me to succeed here, and I always wanted to work hard and pay that love back and that support, pay it back and make it work. And so I worked as hard as I could to be the best player that I could be. That meant a lot to me when there were games where I didn't play much or I didn't play at all, and I got it subbed in and the old reunion, and I got a standing ovation. So of course, I'll never forget that support.
Obviously, in 2011, that was a championship. But what are some of the memories that will really stick with you throughout the rest of your life?
Yeah, I mean, there's too many to mention. I mean, this last year has been incredible. Usually, you don't forget your first All-Star game when you walk in the locker room, and all of a sudden, you're accepted by them. But all of a sudden, you're in the locker room with Kobe, KG, Tim Duncan, Shaq. I mean, that was an incredible experience back then. Losing the finals, I'll never forget. That whole week in Miami, that disaster, changing hotels. I mean, there's a lot of memories. Losing my MVP season, that'll always stick with me in 07 when we won almost 70 games and we fall short. And I think all these disappointments are with me, and as well as the good times. Made lots of memories, as you would think, in 21 years. Made lots of friendships, and that I'll always cherish for the rest of my life.
We in the media, we always talk about who are some of the rude athletes and who are some of the nice athletes. You're always at the top of the nice list, even when the dumb questions come your way.
You're on top of that list.
And you answer those. Where did that humility come from?
I don't know, honestly. I think my family was a great support system for me. When I was getting carried away a little bit, they were the ones to bring me back down. And when I was crushed after losses in the playoffs, they were there to build me back up. And I would go on vacation with them, and they patched me back together. And just I guess the way I was raised, with family values, and I never really tried to take myself too serious. And I guess that's about it. Just try to treat people with respect, and you obviously treat people the way you want to be treated, and that's how I approach life.
Dirk, is your children slide a couple of drinks? What's hurting more, your head or your ankle?
Actually, it wasn't that bad last night, but yeah, the ankle is starting to feel a little bit. I think it's going to be for a while. Going to take a few weeks off of doing nothing, no running, no jumping, and hopefully it'll be good for the rest of my life.
You had a part in the last many years, sometimes big, sometimes small, in shaping the roster or helping recruit players. To what extent do you expect that to continue?
Probably not at all this summer. I'm not sure how much I'll be around. Like I said. We'll be around at least here at the beginning of the summer. Kids are still in school, and then if you guys want to come out, my baseball game is again, I think June 7th, so I'll be here for that. And then my birthday is after that, which probably 41 turns 41. I mean, got to go out on a bang there. And then I'm probably out after that, probably late June, early July. I'll be gone for most of the summer. And so, but we have enough young guys that can do the recruiting. We have Mike, Mark, and Donnie, obviously, that do great in their job. So I'm not too worried about it. I think the franchise is in good hands.
Dirk, as your children get older, can you see yourself moving into a Nash-like role with this team?
What was he doing?
Like an advisor?
He doesn't probably even know what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, whatever these conversations are, I'm obviously open. After a few years, something has to come. I can't just sit at home for the rest of my life. You know, I want to have some challenges in a way, and so yeah, I'm sure I'll be involved somewhere down the road, but I don't think that's for now, and I won't even think about it for now.
Thanks, guys. Okay, we got Luka next, guys. Come on. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
minute,
no, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
so much, Dirk.
Thanks for everything. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for answering my dumb question.
Yeah, always. We'll be seeing you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dirk.